Hi Lovelies, Haruka here, and today I'm going to try something a little different with y'all. So if you have seen any of our videos from MetroCon, you may have seen where I was cosplaying Emma Frost and I have the diamond skin on there. So I figured I would do a little tutorial to show y'all how I do my Emma Frost makeup. So I do want to have a little bit of a disclaimer here. This is just how I do it. It's my opinions. I scoured the internet for ways to do my Emma Frost makeup before I ever actually attempted it. And these are little tricks and things that I picked up from YouTube, I think a WikiHow article, and just a bunch of different sources on the internet. And some of them I had to, trying to think of the word, tweak a little bit in order to work for me, partially just time, skill level, and things of such nature. So, first thing, start with a blank face. I don't have anything on my face except for my proactive stuff, just acne. It's, excuse my language, but it's a bitch to have when you're out of high school and college. So, blank face. And what I like to do is, since I do have to wear a wig for my Emma Frost cosplay, I'm going to put on a wig cap here. There's no proper way to do this. Just find a wig cap you like, or if you are lucky enough to use your own hair, get a band or something to keep it back. Just, you really don't want to get any of this stuff in your hair. It's a pain to get out afterwards. So, I've never actually used a wig cap that has the little hole all the way through it. This is a new wig cap for me. So, try to get my short hair back a little bit. I'm making some lovely faces, I'm sure, for y'all. While I'm doing this, I do want to say that this is all jerry-rigged in order to do this video. My tripod was too tall. So I currently am using a bunch of old school books. I've got like a calculus book, a physics book, a chemistry book back there. Just, it's not a great setup, you guys. But that doesn't matter. This is all just for fun, and hopefully I can help someone else out in the cosplay community, or for whatever other reason you may need to do this type of makeup. So, those are my little sticky bits down there, which I would normally use bobby pins or something to help keep those fixed, but don't know. I'm going to be able to get them with the wig cap at this time. Okay, clearly I'm not going to. I've still got sticky bits. Normally I would bobby pin those or something, but for the purposes of this, I'm not going to worry about it too much. Okay, so looking over my makeup here, that's pretty much the regular makeup part, except for the lipstick, which we're going to save for last. So, here comes the fun part of this, the part that you've probably never actually done before in your normal makeup routine. We are now going to apply the diamonds. So, this is the part where I spent hours searching the internet and just lots of ugh, just to get this stuff done. So let's see here. Have all my stuff. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a tissue, and where I want to put my diamonds, I'm just going to rub over a little bit, just in case there's any oil or makeup sitting there that might have an issue with the adhesive. I don't rub my makeup off though. I do want to point that out. I'm not rubbing my makeup off. I'm just sopping up any excess. So, this is how I do this part. So, what I do is I like to put down a silver base, so that way if there's any skin being shown underneath the diamonds, it's not going to look like skin, it's actually going to look like diamond silver stuff. So I got Maron Mehron. It's so worn off, metallic powder. And then you also, when you get that, you get Mehron mixing liquid, and you just mix the powder and the liquid together to form the face paint. And I will say, everything that I use as far as wild face paint, stuff of that nature, Mehron and Ben Nye are the two brands that are most recommended. They're not outrageously expensive, and I've only used Mehron so far just because that was the first available that I could find, but I really do like them, and I haven't had any problems with them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try not to make a mess, and I have to go get a paper plate because I forgot to get one. I will be right back. Okay, so I'm actually going to use a red Solo cup to mix this stuff together because that's what I currently have at the moment. So I'm going just to take a little bit, goes a long way, you guys. Don't waste this stuff. I mean, granted, it's not expensive, but you can always reuse it. Sorry, trying to get comfortable. So just take a little bit of the powder and put it in the Solo cup. And then you're going to take a little bit of the liquid here, and you're also going to pour that into the cup or plate, whatever you got going on. And you don't need a lot, you just need enough to make it a consistency that you can paint with, essentially. And you're going to mix it up in your cup, and then of course add more of the liquid or the powder as you need to. There's probably an exact science to this, but I'm not a professional. I don't get paid to do this. This is all for fun. Okay, so I think that'll work. I may need to add more powder, but we'll see. So make sure you put the lids back on your bottles, because if you spill this stuff, it's a pain to clean up. Alrighty, so what you're going to do is you're just going to take, I have a thicker makeup brush that I use for this, looks like that, and just get the silver paint on there, and then kind of figure out about where you want to go with this. And what I like to do is I kind of just like to do a little outline first, just so. And this is where these little sticky bits of hair are going to be a pain, because I'm probably going to get this stuff in my hair, but that's okay. It's not the end of the world. I'm not going to cover up my eyebrow, by the way. I know some people will, and they might get a little bit closer to their eyeball than I do, but I'm just not going to risk it, essentially, is what this is about. So just paint that on, kind of just however you want to go. Make it a little jagged if you want. Whatever you think looks best for you. Okay, so just set the silver off to the side. You may need it to make some touch-ups, but let y'all see a real close-up image of my lovely face. You can see got the silver going on. I didn't get it super close to my hairline, but this isn't for a photo shoot, so I'm not gonna worry about it too much. So now what you need to do is you need to make sure that this is dry before you do the next step. So we're just gonna let it dry for a minute. Okay, so the next step is actually applying the diamonds. And some amazing people will do different sized diamonds that are individual pieces. I'm not that talented, so I found a cheat. So if you go on Amazon, you will find these little strips of diamonds. And what these are actual individual strips here. So each row is a strip. And these are crystals that you're actually supposed to use to like decorate your car and your computer and things of that nature. Not to put on your face, but repurposing. So what you're going to do is you're also going to have scissors, which I don't have, so I'm going to go get those. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to peel a strip off at a time, and I'll do that for you so you can see. Actually, no, I am so sorry. I was about to skip a step. How you're going to actually get these things to stick to your face. These actually do have a sticky back, but it is not going to last all day or for however long you need it to. So the next thing to buy is spirit gum. You can gamble and buy spirit gum from Party City, places like that. I don't recommend it because I have tried their spirit gum and it's not very good. I have Maryland's spirit gum here, and I was so worried because I did not do a test before I wore this for the first time at Metricon, so I was really putting a lot of faith in Maryland and their spirit gum, and it actually held up all day in the August heat, which this is in Tampa, Florida. It gets really hot. So what you're going to do, I can get this open. There we go. Is you're going to take your spirit gum. I was going to make sure that's, okay, good. That's dry. So you're going to take your spirit gum, and it's got a little brush. And you don't need a lot of spirit gum. You just need enough to cover. So you're going to take the spirit gum, and you're going to apply it where you're going to put the jewels. If you work fast, you can put the spirit gum down all over and then apply, or do it strip by strip. And what they recommend is once you put it on, that you let it sit for a minute to get tacky. So I'm just going to go and put a little bit on here. And it doesn't take very long for it to get tacky. Okay, so we're going to take one of these strips and, like I was telling you, it's a little strip, looks like that. So figure out where you're going to put it and just lay it down on top of the spirit gum. Just kind of run your fingers over it, just tap, 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 to make sure it's stuck to the spirit gum. And then you're just going to build from there. And as I do this, I'm also going to reapply some spirit gum every so often, just to make sure that I still have that tackiness that I need. And I also sometimes just go over the ends of this a little bit, because spirit gum is fairly clear when it goes on. I haven't noticed a tint to it, even though there is a tint in the bottle. Okay, so you can also cut these to be the length that you need them to be, because at this point I pretty much, as far as the full length of them, have gone as far as I can. So now I'm just going to cut the strips into the size that I need them to be, and we'll just continue on from there. applying the jewels. And like I said, I'm just going to very lightly along the edges here, touch up a little bit with spirit gum, just to make sure that everything's gonna stay stuck. And of course, this isn't perfect. I'm not spending an hour just to do this makeup, so this is all a little bit not my best work, but you get the idea. So you can see here the jewels I've put along the face, and then, you know, they're not touching in all places. So that's why I have the silver underneath. It looks a little bit less jarring. And I like to think of it as the diamond is coming over her face or receding. And so the silver, that kind of shows that a little bit, and just in pictures makes it look a little bit nicer because you don't have that jarring, heavy line of jewel. You've got skin tone, silver, jewel. I just think it adds a little bit to it. So give you a little bit of a close-up here. And if I was doing this for a photo shoot or something, I would touch it up a bit more, but you get the general idea. So hopefully this will be helpful for you. So if I needed to, I would go over with that silver again in some places, just to touch up a little bit, which is why we haven't thrown the silver out yet. Because sometimes you might just want to dab a little bit. And it's okay if it gets on the jewels. And sometimes, depending, I like to go over them because they are very, very bright white kind of color. So I like to go over them with the silver sometimes. It just makes it mesh a little bit better. So, but you still have the shininess. They're just not that white. But it's all preference. This is just different things you can do. You may not even be doing Emma Frost. You may be doing something else, but this technique could help you. So, I'm going to say that's pretty good for these purposes. So now what I'm going to do is we are done applying the prosthetic part. And if you want to add a little bit of extra something, you can take that glitter eyeshadow that we used earlier and take the brush, get it on there, and just dab some glitter in there, because why not? Headcanon, Emma Frost is the glitter queen because she's too fabulous and not to be. So, it's all up to you. So, I'm going to use just some powder. I don't know if you can tell, but I have oily skin, so my face gets a little bit shiny. So I'm just going to use some powder to kind of set that. It's Bare Minerals Matte Loose Powder. So I'm just going to use a little bit of that, just to use a big brush and go over my face a little bit. Make it look less shiny. And then, going to put some lipstick on. I like Emma Frost with pink lipstick, so and then again, fun with glitter. You can either do this all over in a specific spot. I like to, just for photo purposes, take the glitter eyeshadow and just do a dab right there where that light hits. And in photos, it just adds that little bit of extra sparkle, like if the sun is hitting lips that are wet. That sounded dirty, I didn't mean it to, sorry guys. Okay, so at this point, I would use setting spray. You can pick it up at Ulta, Sephora, maybe Walmart, I'm not sure. I use Urban Decay's All Night setting spray. I don't actually have that with me at the moment, but you just spray it, you know, spritz, spritz. It's not a difficult thing to do, so I don't feel too bad not showing you. So, you know, just do a last minute check, see if there's anything else you want to change. And then, if you're like me and have short hair or the wrong hair color, it's now time to add the wig, which, this is not the best wig I own, but it's gonna work for this. Pull her hair forward a little bit. Oh gosh, I need to brush this out so bad. It's been hidden away in my closet for a while. So, pull my bangs down. And then what I would do, just because I'm rather proud of this, is I, again, would take bobby pins and pin this back or spray her bangs over so that you can see more of the diamonds, because you put a lot of hard work into it. You deserve to show it off. So for now, I'm just gonna twist the hair up so you can see it. And then try and move the bangs a little bit as well. Gosh, this wig's been in storage and I just grabbed it out of the bag before I did this, so that's why it looks a bit bad, but you get the point. So, that is my Emma Frost makeup tutorial. Let's do a little zoom in so you can see. And then of course, if you don't like the lines, another trick, you can kind of use the hair to cover it up. So, I hope that all of you enjoyed it, and I hope that it will at least help you figure out a way, you know, that works for you to apply any type of facial prosthetic like jewels or something of that nature. And so I hope you enjoyed it, and I may do another video like this depending on if I like how this one came out. So bye guys.